Welcome, Tailor-made officials and officials around the world, to another film breakdown. It's me, your boy, Mr. Smooth. We're at the very beginning of basketball season, a very fun and exciting time. You get the referee games, see the new talent that's out there on the basketball court, and of course get better as an official. So with that said, for this particular video, we're going to focus in on two officials that I got to film at San Leandro High School. They ref the freshman scrimmage between Irvington and San Leandro High. We got Jeff, who has some years of experience, and we got Izaih, who's just starting out in high school. It's either his first or second year to be exact, but we're going to focus on them. We're going to see how well they work together on the basketball court. So be sure to check out the video, Izaih and Jeff. And also, it's your homework assignment to leave a comment section if you have a question or something you want to add or something you have a question about. Leave that in the comment section. I just may do a video on it. I want to help you guys become better officials, and that's what this video is going to be about. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to the game in question, and we're going to break it down. So we're at the start of the third quarter, so we had a full half to go. There's a reason I'm doing the first video in the third quarter, because there's some stuff I want to point out. So with that said, I'm going to play the video. So we're starting out the quarter. The first thing you want to do, Izaih, you don't want to hand the player the ball. You're going to want to bounce it to him. And then when you bounce the ball to this player here, you're going to take steps back, probably somewhere off the camera, because you want to trail the play. So you want all the players in front of you. So you want to get behind this player that's standing right here. Just in case the defense decides to put pressure, you want to have all the players in front of you. You don't want the players to your left and to your right, or in front of you and behind you. That's when it becomes difficult to officiate, especially off ball and on ball pressure. So that's just a small adjustment you want to make. Izaih out there on the basketball court. I'm going to go ahead and move these circles, and we're going to play, and we're going to see what happens. So another thing, Izaih, you want to have your whistle in your mouth when the ball is live, just in case an off-ball foul happens here. You're ready to go. So you're going to hear, I believe, Paul Walker tell you to always have your whistle in your mouth. So again, when the ball goes out of bounds here, you want to be real strong with your mechanics. So you want to, since it's going to be blue's ball and blue is to your right, you're going to use the stop cock violation with your right hand. You want to have your right hand, right arm nice, tall, and straight, and you want to give a strong point. Then you also want to use your voice and say blue. Then you want to point to the spot. So another thing, Izaih, when you're out there and you got evaluators watching you, they're going to report you to the head assignment to know whether job you're done, or if you're ready for the varsity level or playoff level. So when you're ever out there and you're being evaluated by evaluators, you want to show your best. You want to look confident. You want to put on a good showing, because it's going to benefit you in the long run. So we see Jeff, he bounces the ball, he gets behind the player, and he's going to trail the play. He has his 10-second count, and he's counting with the hand closer to the table. So whenever we get in the front court and the play resets, you always want to know clock status, because we have young people, and of course we got humans, and humans make mistakes with the clock. So you just want to make sure that the shot clock is at the perfect time and the game clock is running. So we have a shot go in. So at this point, when you're the trail official about to become the new lead, this is a perfect time, because there's no immediate ball pressure to look at the clock. Look at the game clock, make sure everything is running. That's how you're going to build confidence and always have that good clock awareness out there on the basketball court. So you can see right now the game clock is running and the shot clock, I believe, shows 30 seconds. So whenever you get in the front court, you want to make sure that the shot clock is running, that the game clock is running. Now you can get into officiating. We see Jeff right here. He has a great angle on the ball handler and the defender, as well as the screening action that's happening behind that Izaih should be watching here. And then we got another competitive matchup here. So I'm going to put that to the top. So we get a drive to the basket. We get a push. So at this point, Jeff, he gives who the foul's on and where the throw-in spot's going to be. Now it's at this point, since we're going to switch, we want to have our switches nice and smooth. Instead of having Izaih go to the spot where the throw-in is going to be, which is here, instead of you going to this spot and holding the ball because you're going to switch, what I prefer you to do is come to the trail spot, which is here, which is your spot going to be, and just dead ball officiate and watch the players. Jeff will report his foul, and then he'll come to the throwing spot, and then you're already here. So by you being in the correct spot, Izaih, no matter who you're working with, if you're in the correct spot, once your official is done reporting his foul, he'll see you in the correct spot, and then he'll go fill in over here. So what ends up happening is there's going to be an awkward communication switch because you got the evaluators telling you to switch because they expect you to switch on all non-shooting fouls. So let's watch and see what happens. See if I can drag this arrow up. There we go. So Jeff has to come get the ball from you, and then you can go. Then you have to go to the correct spot. But if you were already at the correct spot, the switch will be more faster. The dead ball time will be a lot shorter, and the game will run more smoothly. So we get back to the game. We have a throw-in. Now at this point, Izaih, I'm going to back it up just a little bit, no more. Once he hands the ball, remember the trail is also going to chop their hand whenever we're standing in the front court. So your hand should be straight up. Then when the ball is legally touched here, you should chop. The ball goes out of bounds, and he'll give the ball to White. And we're going to be going the other way. The shot clock should reset. So dead ball, make sure the clock's reset. Make sure the game clock is stopped. In this game here, it's a scrimmage, and they use the running clock, so the clock is going to continue to run. So right here, Jeff, you can see Jeff, his eyes is focused off ball at these players. You can see he's not looking on ball as the ball is in. The ball is in the lead's primary coverage. So if we go here, we go to our two-person. This is Jeff, our trail. This is Izaih, our lead. See if I can flip that around. There we go. So right now the ball is over here. So our trail is going to be focused in right here on the paint. See if I can drag this up right here. He's going to be looking at this action. So when the ball gets passed back into the trail's primary, as it is in this situation, see Jeff turn his head and shoulders, and now he's working on ball. Now we have a drive to the basket, so he's going to drop down. He's going to be working off ball, and our lead official is going to pick up the on ball primary responsibility. Jeff does a great job stepping down and getting a look at the rebounding action. Izaih does a great job with a 10-second count. Remember, when you're on the table side, you want to count with your left hand because it's away from the players on the court. So if the ball somehow got deflected or it bounced off the player's foot and it came towards you, you don't want the ball to hit your arm that you're counting with. That's why we always count away from the players and towards the table. So the ball is here. We should have a 5-second closely guarded count by the lead official. Then when he picks up the ball, the lead official should switch his hands, indicating that the ball was picked up, and the player on offense gets a new 5-second count. So you always want to be on top of our 5-second counts because we don't know if we're going to have a trap, and we don't want to have the trap to be for 7 seconds, but we're at 4. We want to not give the team on offense an unfair advantage by letting them be closely guarded for 6, 7, 8 seconds. That's why it's always important to stay on top of our 5-second closely guarded count. Shot goes in, you see the shot clock reset and start. Now we have a drive to the basket and we have a kick out. So it's going to be important that Jeff right here, that he steps down and he'll work off ball and he'll be focused in on the backside of this paint action here. And our lead will pick up on ball responsibility. Jeff does a great job hustling back to the lead position on the end line. We get a 3-point shot. The shot clock's reset. Jeff does a great job with a 10-second count. Now this play right here, remember that it's important that we blow our own line. So if you replay this, just go to the video and replay it, and you'll be able to hear the 2 whistles. So it's important that when the ball goes out of bounds on the end line, the lead will have the whistle. So the trail shouldn't be blowing their whistle because we only blow our own line. So just keep that in mind. Let's continue. So Jeff does a great job of going to where the ball went out of bounds, initiating the throw-in. He chops once the ball is legally touched, and the shot clock starts. So right now it's important that our lead official has a 5-second count. Also, you also want to be wide with the ball. So if there was any post action here, you would have players to your left and to your right, which is pretty much behind you and in front of you. But if you're out wider here on the end line, you'll have all the players in your view. So if this player does drive, let's see, if this player does drive around this defender to the basket and there's a secondary defender, you won't be able to pick up that action, but you're not going to be able to pick that up if you're too far inside because you got players to your left and to your right. So remember, get wide, be wide with the players, keep all the players in your vision. So you did a great job with the 5-second count. He dribbles. Now we get a drive to the basket. Again, check for the shot clocks to make sure you got the right time on the shot clock. So right now the ball is out of the Trail's primary, but still on the ball. So what you want to do, Izaih, when we have a shot, all you want to do is circle out and come about maybe about here. This will give you a great look at the rebounding action that's going to happen here. So I'll slide these back up to the top and let's restart the game. So we can see when we had that 3-point shot attempt. We got 2 officials marking 3. Again, when we want 1 official marking the 3-point shot. So if the shooter is in your primary, the 3-point signal not only means that we have a 3-point shot attempt, it also means that I have the shooter up and down. So now if the shooter was to make the 3-point shot, then our trail would signal that the 3-point shot is good. So now we're in transition. Get a 3-point shot. We got both officials marking the 3-point shot. So we're going to rewind that some more. So we can see that the shooter is above the 3-point line extended. So this is where communication is important. Because if we go to our court coverages, whenever we have a 3-point shooter here, let's say this player shoots it, we're in the, or it was inverted because it was on the lead side. So I do it here. The trail is either going to be on it or off it. So you guys got to communicate, and by communication, if the lead is opened up, that means he have it and the trail is going to work the backside. So as you do more games and get more comfortable working with different people in the mechanic, it'll be easier for you to communicate just by body language and making eye contact with each other. It's important that when you officiate, you don't only look at the 10 players on the court, but you also got to find your partner that you're officiating with. You got to read their body language, their body posture, their shoulders, their eyes, and you'll be able to dictate where they're looking at. Because if your lead is looking at the ball, then you may want to, as a trail, work off ball in that situation during a 3-point shot. So let's continue. So it looks like we get a steal. We get a great foul call. You can clearly see the push. Now when we have the foul, it's important that Izaih, if you really want to stand out from the crowd, if you want to move up faster, this is one important thing you got to do when you do call your fouls. So right now we have a foul. I can't really tell the number, but whenever you call the foul, you want to give color, number, consequence. So you want to say blue 33, push 2 shots, blue 33, hit 2 shots, white number 2 is the shooter. You want to say all that at the spot and then go report the foul. If you can do that on a consistent basis, I guarantee you that you will move up very fast up the officiating ladder. That's one thing evaluators are constantly looking for. Color, number, consequence, reporting, and giving the right verbiage at the spot of the foul. So we hear you blow your whistle and we see you signal too, but we also want to hear you say very loudly, very clearly what kind of foul you had and the consequences of that foul. Oh, you guys couldn't even see it because I didn't switch over, so I'll play it back again so you'll be able to see it. So you see you called the foul, but you also want to say what kind of foul you had and the type of foul. So when you bring in subs, you want to use your whistle, blow your whistle, boom, sub, nice and loud, nice and strong. So it looks like the evaluators were telling Jeff to move down. So right now he's in a good spot. But as the pass goes away from him, here, you're going to want to move down, probably somewhere in this area. You're going to let this matchup right here clear. So I think that's why you stayed at the top, because if you knew if you stepped down, you would have to look through these two players moving. So as we let it, now that the players get out of your way, so now you're able to step down here. You're in the perfect view. So I'm going to leave that pointer right there. So as he splits, if you're at the pointer right here, you get a perfect view. And now you can step down and get there. So right now you start sprinting. And whenever you start sprinting, that's when your vision becomes blurred. So you always want to move at a nice, calm pace out there on the basketball court. So you called the illegal screen. So you want to say blue 40, illegal screen, blue 40, offensive foul, white ball, sideline. And you're going to report. And you're going to switch. So again, switching for Izaih. Whenever you have the foul here, because I believe Jeff, he did a great job of giving the mechanic, which is here, and also the type of foul. He lets you know the throwing spots are going to be here. So whenever we do that, I'll go to our court coverage. And I'll move the trail in the lead here as we go over the switching. So the foul happens somewhere in this area, so we're going to have the throw in. So when he goes report his foul here, as the lead, you just may want to, you can either run in front to your spot here, or you could move behind, keep a vision of the players, and go to your spot here. And then after Jeff reports the foul, he'll come to the throw-in spot and handle the throw-in. So you want to have the switches be a bit more smoother than that. So as you get more comfortable during the season, get more smooth with the fouls and the switchings and the mechanics, your games will go more smoothly because you're not wasting too much dead ball time with the players and the fans watching you guys switch. So as you get more comfortable in your mind, you'll be able to know where to go during these switches. So you see Jeff, he has to come take the ball from you. Now you're going to move at a much brisker pace, getting to your spot. Because you always want to show good hustle during the dead ball situations. So right now, Izaih's doing a good job. Now right here, he's straight lined a little bit as he can't tell if this player is grabbing or holding. So what you want to do to get a better view, sometimes you got to step wide and come over in this area right here. This will give you a better view. Then as he pivots, you can move the opposite way. So if he would pivot this way, then you just step out. And if you would pivot back, then you just step back in. That'll give you a better open look because right now you're pretty much straight line. So let's run it and see what happens. So he was able to pivot, pretty much drive by the defender without much trouble. So right now you're doing a good job with showing the mirror and the chop. So again, you want to count with the left hand, Izaih. So I'm going to back it up just a little bit more. Let's see. So now, what you gotta be aware of in this situation, Izaih, is you're on ball, but you got a lot of action that's happening right here on the backside. So you just want to be wary of backside screens because fouls do happen in terms of illegal screens, holdings, stuff pushing and shoving. So you just want to be aware of that off-ball stuff as well. So I'm gonna rewind this just a little bit. So we're gonna have a drive to the basket. Now does blue bump the player in transition as the player gathers for a layup? Is this contact worth the foul? Just a judgment call right here. Is that little bump, does that cause number 5 to lose balance and shoot a bad shot? Is that a foul or not? Who's primary? Right now, the lead probably doesn't have a great look at it, but Fortrell hustles down, stays connected with the play. So you may just want to take a couple of steps, just a couple of steps closer, come about right here. You always want to stay connected and engage with the play. Again, that's a judgment call as to whether it's a foul or no call. You can probably ask 100 officials. 30 of them will say foul, 70 of them will say no call, just stuff like that. That you gotta be aware of. So you saw the two hands that the defender put on the player. I'll rewind it. So the player makes the move to get by. You can see right hand. Then as the player turns, you can see the hand check, the arm bar. So he's telling you to come sideline, so you're going to come initiate the switch. Again, you want to hustle and get to that spot a little bit quicker than that. So you want to bounce. And again, as this ball is caught, I'll rewind it. I know you're talking to the evaluators, but you want to give a nice strong bounce to the player. Then As you can see, there's a little push, maybe a little grab here, but if you back up a little bit more, you're more engaged with the play, because I know you were talking to the evaluators, you can tell if that's a foul or not, if that's something you want to put a whistle on or not. Let me get something to drink. And as this ball is caught, you want to get behind the player, so you're actually going to take a couple of steps back. And maybe since the ball is being thrown to the far side of the court, you're going to take a couple of steps onto the court as well to give you a better angle as this player goes back into the front court. So just a couple little things like that that the evaluators are looking for, and those little nuances of officiating. That's how you show your experience level on the basketball court. Are you getting behind plays during throw-ins? Are you getting the best looks in transition? So as this ball is on the far side of the court, and it's still, if I go to our court coverage here, the ball is here in the far side. So as the trail official, you're going to want to take a couple of steps onto the court so you could look at it. But I understand that you have players that's going to be in your way as well. So if I do this, you have players in your way, so you're going to have to play through and try to move up or down over to get the best look possible. It's kind of hard doing two-person out there. But we'll go ahead and play it. Bring that back up. 909 mark. Now the ball is in your area. You got a good look because you anticipated where to go on the court. Now the ball is in the lead, so you're going to look through the paint. So they're telling you to stay down. Reason being, the ball is not in your primer. So if you stay in that spot right here, I'll put the arrow on the spot that you're at. If you stay in that spot, you don't have to move. So you're doing a bunch of unnecessary movements. So I'll back it up just a little bit more. So if you stay in that spot when that player, when that drive does happen to the basket right there, if you would stay in that spot, you'll be able to see right there the player going. So if this player on the backside hits the player on the shooting arm or he gets fouled, you have the best look and you're not moving, you're stationary. So your call accuracy is going to go up a lot higher because you're making decisions when you're not moving. That's what you want to do as official. You want to stand still and not be moving when you make calls out there on the basketball court, as opposed to getting from point B to point A while you're moving, hoping to see something. So we get an offensive foul. Let's rewind it. So it looks like we got another illegal screen as a player who set the screen moved into the defender. So that's a good call. Now we're going to have a switch. So at this point, Izaih, who's on the lead on this side, you should be sprinting from here all the way down to the other end line here. And as well as dead ball officiating as well, because your partner is going to be reporting the foul. So you want to jog and sprint, so you're going to the throw-in spot. So if you would just jog around, you would already been there. So we're going to close out. We got 15 seconds. So right now, Trail, our official, he's signaling that I have the last second foul, the last second shot. Get a good 5-second count. So I'll rewind that. I'll rewind it here again. So we're going to have a pass into the post. Now, is this a foul? Is he hanging on? Is he pushing the offensive player? You really can't tell from this angle, but Jeff, he has a good look at it. So that should end it. And that'll pretty much do it for the breakdown of Izaih and Jeff. They did a great job out there on the basketball court. So remember, your homework assignment is leave something in the comment section, a question, a statement you want to make, anything you feel necessary. But with that said, I'm going to close down this breakdown. It's me, your boy, Mr. Smooth from TailorMade Officials. If you'd like to get more game footage, send me an email of your game schedule, and either myself or somebody that I could send come film your game so you could get better on the basketball court. Again, we want to get you guys better on the basketball court as officials, and the only way that happens is if we get your games on film and we get breakdowns and give you pointers to make you better as officials. Now, you know your games are on YouTube. If you have a mentor, watch your games with a mentor, have them help you out, become a better official. With that said, it's me, Mr. Smooth from TailorMade Officials. Peace.